a good cause, I swear. By Sarah1281. Chapter 31. 5 hearts, 1 brain. You do the math. What are you guys doing here? Naruto demanded. I didn't think village destroying was your style. It's not, Kisame agreed. But nothing wrong with having a little fun while on a drinking hunt, is there?
Da Susie says that you are one of the targets, little boy,
Sasori said from inside his puppet armor.
Namikaze Naruto, host of the QB, correct?
Naruto glared defiantly.
Just try it!
Oh, well, you dare to. Kisame chuckled. He stabbed the ground suddenly with his sword. I hate snakes, he said by way of explanation. They remind me of that snake. What is this? Guy asked, appearing on the scene by way of kicking Kisame in the head. 3 members of the fiendish and the most unyouthful group that Orochimaru belonged to are ganging up on my most hip rival and his youthful students? I'm not your rival, Kakashi insisted, but as per usual, Guy did not seem to hear him. Excessive youth really did seem to give you selective hearing. Kisame climbed to his feet. And what was that? You come out of nowhere, kick me in the head. Isn't that unyouthful or whatever? No, Guy said cheerfully. That's my way of saying that I will youthfully take you on to give my comrades a better chance. Be careful, Sakura cautioned. He sword absorbs chakra. Guy instantly reverted to his trademark good guy pose. Then it is a good thing that I intend to get through this fight using only Taijutsu. You see, Lee? This is a perfect example of when it is not only possible, but in fact comes in handy. Do not rely on chakra when you fight. Yes, Guy something! Lee cheered from some trees a good way off. The other Genin who were left with Guy were standing with him. And stay out of the way, Guy added. It would be most unyouthful if one of you were to be injured in this most youthful fight. Fine by me, Shikamaru agreed, sounding almost pleased. This whole invasion is far too troublesome for my tastes. Anyway. Witnesses, Sasuke muttered, looking murderous. Of all the times for us to have witnesses, they pick now to show up.
At least we don't have to fight Kasame!
Whispered Naruto.
I think I only fought Kasame once, and I got my butt kicked, while Guy defeated him twice! Besides, what do you want him to do? Take his fight at his judges and out of hearing range?
That would be nice, Sasuke noted. Yes, that is exactly what I want. That's really too bad, Sakura told him flatly. You couldn't actually provide a decent excuse, and I refuse to let you sink low enough as to tell him this spot is unyouthful. Alright, Kakashi said loudly to get their attention before dropping his voice back down to, let's not let our enemies hear everything we're doing levels. Naruto and I have fought Kakuzu before, and Sakura has bested Sasori. I know you had Chiyo with you last time, and as his grandmother was bound to be a great help, but at least you'll have Sasuke with you. Can I trade it for Naruto? Sakura asked immediately. What? Why would you want Naruto? Sasuke demanded indignantly. Sorry, Sakura. Kakashi apologized. We kind of need Naruto against Kakuzu because of his upgraded Rasengan.
Not to mention my debilitating fear of puppets!
Naruto chimed in.
Don't tell me you've forgotten about that already!
Then can I switch? Sakura changed tactics. Or, I might be able to do this alone. Oh, come on, Sasuke said impatiently, rolling his eyes as he dragged his teammate off to face Sasori.
So you two are my opponents, huh?
Kakuzu asked rhetorically. That's okay, Kakashi. I haven't checked, but I'm willing to bet that you have a huge bounty on you. I look forward to collecting it. And you, Jinchuriki, try not to make me kill you, because otherwise our leader will be most displeased. You, Sasori, Kisame, Orochimaru, Tobi, Kakashi listed off. That's at least 5 members of the Akatsuki here today. You can't possibly all be here for Naruto. No, Kakuzu admitted. Tobi really wanted to come, and there was no persuading him otherwise. Kame, I hate him, Kisame called over, looking up from his valiant attempt to behead Guy. It's like he doesn't have an off switch, I swear. Why couldn't I have a quiet partner? I shouldn't be the stoic all the time. It's not natural. It's because you are so unyouthful, Guy explained as landed a well-placed kick on Kazame's chest and said, for lying! And this whole thing was a roach Mars doing, so Sasori had to come, Kakazu admitted. And I'm here because there was a rumor that Shukaku sees well. No one heard about that?
Not a thing!
Naruto lied.
And trust me, I know! I use Jinchuriki senses!
If you all seem to have partners, where's yours? Kakashi asked, looking around warily for Hidan. Kakazu shrugged. Kid wouldn't show up, so I killed him about 20 minutes ago. Let me tell you, Toby is so lucky our leader wouldn't let him be alone with me under any circumstances. He stiffened instantly as a Reikiri-infused punch went straight through him. What? Yeah, I am that awesome, Kakashi said triumphantly before dispersing. The real Kakashi was standing behind Kakuzu with his arms through the ancient missing man's chest. Kakuzu waited until Kakashi removed his invasive appendage before saying with a smirk, you really think it will be that easy to defeat me? I wouldn't have made it nearly this long if it were. Maybe that isn't enough to kill you, Kakashi agreed. But if landing really should be lethal blows is that easy, this won't take very long. You won't get the elemental surprise twice, Kakashi. Kakashi promised. He ripped off his Akatsuki cloak and unceremoniously threw it to the side. You may have broken one of my masks, but I've still got 3 more just waiting to tear you apart. He closed his eyes and groaned.
Having trouble over there?
Naruto asked politely. No, I think I'm doing fine. Kakuzu replied. You won't be, though. At that, 4 hairy masked creatures burst forth from his back and landed behind him. The one that Kakashi had hit promptly fell over and died, but the other 3 looked quite impressive, if a little gross. One of the masks opened its mouth and a beam of blue shot out at Naruto, who quickly jumped out of the way. A second mask fired yellow at Naruto the moment he landed, and it hit him head on. Ow! He complained.
Hey, what's with the extra hitting on me? Kakashi is the one who broke your stupid mask monster!
You can take more damage than I can, Kakashi pointed out.
That doesn't mean I want to!
Naruto returned. The red mask took that moment to fire a burst of red a few feet in front of it. The red, of course, turned into fire that raged quickly in Kakashi's direction. Thank you so much for that, Naruto, Kakashi said dryly as he rushed to escape the flames.
Hey, don't look at me! Kakuzu didn't!
Naruto defended. You gave him the idea, Kakashi accused. Naruto crossed his arms.
Oh, please! He's a missing man that's practically as old as Madara! I'm sure he's picked up a few good killing people ideas on his own! You know, before I was even born!
We still have to destroy 4 more hearts before we kill him, Kakashi reminded Naruto. I'll do what I can with Raikiri, and then you need to handle the rest, but you can't slip into Sage mode, so be careful.
I will!
Naruto nodded.
But why do we have to take out his hearts? Why can't we just destroy his lungs or his brain or something? I'm pretty sure he only has 1 brain!
That might actually be a plan, Kakashi said, sounding surprised. He glanced quickly at Kakuzu. I don't think he heard us, which is good, or that would never work. Since you've just been sitting here watching, and are far better with Kagebunshin than I could ever hope to be, I'll continue playing by his rules, and you try and use a clone or 2 to sneak up behind him and blow his head off.
Okay!
Naruto nodded.
It would be really helpful if you could make sure that he was looking in the opposite direction so he can't see what I'm doing in his peripheral vision. And I'll make sure to mask my clone's chakra!
Make sure you aim for the brain, Kakashi ordered. He may have more lungs on him, and you're living proof that a destroyed lung is not necessarily a death sentence. And you have to destroy the brain, not just remove his head, because if the stitches on his neck are any indication, he's been there, done that, and came through just fine. Kakashi shinned over to behind Kakuzu. Don't tell me you've fallen asleep on me. Seriously, I know you're old and full of old pride or whatever, but when you can't stay awake for your matches, and those matches don't involve Shikamaru, it's really time to consider retirement. Kakashi sensibly spun around to avoid having yet another heart destroyed. I'm torn between tapping out your still beating heart to replace the one you stole. I'm just kidding you now. Do you have any preferences? Kakashi shrugged. Not really, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to kill me. Are you so certain? Kakuzu taunted as another tower of fire came hurtling Kakashi's way. Kakashi jumped up and used a Suiton Shihijan Heki to try and calm the flames. Oh go, he muttered. Must have been combined with wind. Thread shot out of Kakuzu's arm and wrapped it tightly around Kakashi's leg, pulling him to the ground. Well, this is awkward, Kakashi noted as Kakuzu stood over him. I've decided. Kakuzu announced. Your heart is mine now. He stopped suddenly when he felt two hands grab the back of his head. Naruto released a said jutsu Rasengan at point-blank range. The three remaining mask monsters jerked and fell over, unmoving, and Kakuzu himself was missing the top third of his body. I think I got him! Naruto said with a smirk. Come on, Naruto! I was right there! Kakashi complained as he pushed himself to his feet. Seriously, I could have been killed! And what did I tell you about using Sage Mode? Sorry! Naruto apologized, allowing himself to exit Sage Mode. But I wasn't sure the Rasengan would be powerful enough, and the Futon Rasen Shuriken is too loud! He would have been on the alert, and I may not have been able to hit him! But now people will be able to sense you use that chakra, and if nobody else, Jiraiya is going to realize what that means and have a lot of questions for you about how you manage that without going to see the toads, Kakashi pointed out. You know, considering I just saved your life, you could be a little more grateful! Naruto sniffed. Kakashi rolled his eyes. I could have handled it. And now we have to deal with telling people about us. So? Naruto shrugged. We probably should have from the beginning! Kakashi said, you and the others can claim you were taking your cues from me, but I have to explain why I couldn't be bothered explaining this for the last 15 years. Sucks to be you! Naruto said flippantly. Your empathy is touching, Sasuke said sarcastically. I do try! Naruto said modestly. But really, how bad could it be? Who do we have to tell? Jiraiya, of course, Kakashi said, because he'll be able to tell something's wrong from the Sage Chakra. He'll insist on telling Minato, so those two. Who are we telling what? Sakura asked, bounding over to him, followed by Sasuke. Naruto used Sage Chakra, so now we have to come clean to, at the very least, Jiraiya and Minato. Kakashi summarized. You're an idiot, Sasuke said bluntly. I thought you weren't going to use that. I wasn't! Naruto admitted. But it seems like the most efficient plan! But now we're going to have to tell people, Sakura grumbled, running a hand through her hair. Definitely not my parents. They'll never understand, and they'll be happier not knowing. I mean, coming back because the world ended or Naruto or Sasuke died might freak them out, but they can understand it. Coming back pretty much for the heck of it? Not so much. It wasn't just for the heck of it, Kakashi protested. My life is about 1,000 times better now than it was at the same point in the other timeline. Mine too! Naruto was quick to agree. And mine, Sasuke added. Well, I was fine with the way things turned out, Sakura informed him, so I couldn't get them to understand. We could lie and say that the world did end, Kakashi suggested. That seems more responsible of us. But then there's always the problem of, why didn't we tell anyone if the situation was so dire? Sasuke pointed out. And I don't like lying to my dad! Naruto confessed. And the whole guy boots! Fine, Kakashi conceded. We'll tell Minato and Jiraiya the truth. Anyone else? It wouldn't feel right not telling Tsunade-sensei, Sakura offered. I mean, she was our Hokage when we left, after all, and she's on the council. Any objections? Kakashi asked. When there were none, he continued. Okay, that's 3 people so far. Anyone else? We can't tell Obito and Rin, Sasuke declared. They probably wouldn't appreciate hearing that they just died ignominy a long time ago. And there's no way they'd be able to handle that the Hokage had her family killed via Itachi. But speaking of, he said, he's always worrying I'm going to find out the truth and hate him. Even though I really don't want to, I should probably let him know that I forgive him, and I can't do that if he doesn't know. And I suppose that if I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with her, Anko should know too, Kakashi decided reluctantly. So that's Jiraiya, Minato, Tsunade, Itachi, and Anko. 5 people. That sound about right? Yeah, that should be good! Naruto agreed. You do realize that if this inconveniences us in the slightest, we're going to kill you, right? Sakura asked. You can try! Naruto told her. But I have an army of Kagebun-shin and a collection of friends at my disposal, so you can all just bring it on!